Hello students. The exam pattern of NTSE exam is divisible into two parts: Mental Ability Test (MAT) and Scholastic Aptitude Test (SAT). It is important to prepare for both the parts very wisely in order to be meritorious in the NTSE exam. For SAT, you need to focus on the topics of science, mathematics and social studies, and you need to study them thoroughly from your class 9th and 10th textbooks. Today, we can prepare for some of the science questions from the previous question papers of NTSE. Let us take up physics first. Let us see the first question of the physics paper. The first question is: a car travels from Chennai to Bengaluru with a speed of 60 km per hour and returns back along the same path with a speed of 40 km per hour. The average speed of the car is given by. The four options are given. First, let us calculate what is the average speed before checking the options. How to calculate the average speed? Average speed can be calculated using the formula average speed is equal to total distance by total time taken. You all know that speed is distance by time. But in the problem, distance they are not given. They mention only two speeds. Speed S1 is 40 km per hour. Speed S2 is 60 km per hour. So we are forced to assume the distance between the two cities, Bangalore and Chennai. Let us take up the distance between two cities is 120 km. Why I am taking 120 instead of 100? Since the LCM of 40 and 60 is 120, that will be very easy for our calculation purpose, nothing else. You can take up even 100 and you are getting the same answer. Let the distance between the two cities is 120 km. Since the car travels from Chennai to Bangalore and again back, the distance will become doubled. D1 plus D2 is 120 plus 120, 240 km. So the total distance traveled is 240 km. So in order to calculate average speed, after knowing total distance, you have to take the total time. In order to calculate the time, the formula is time is equal to distance by speed. Distance is 120. The speed was 40 while traveling from Chennai to Bangalore. So it becomes T1 is equal to 120 by 40 is equal to 3 hours. Similarly, T2 is 120 by 60 is 2 hours. So the total time taken is T1 plus T2 is 3 plus 2, 5 hours. So 240 divided by 5. So 48 kilometers per hour. So the option 3 is the correct answer. You can calculate the same problem if you know the formula and if you have a good knowledge of the motion. Average speed is equal to 2xy divided by x plus y, where x and y are speeds. So average speed is equal to 2 into 40 into 60 divided by 100. Again, that is equal to 48 km per hour. So if you know the formulas and understand the concepts very clearly, so you can calculate in a very short time, and that will be very, very important in while attending MCQ type of exams. Let us move on to the next question. What will be the percentage change in momentum of a body when both its mass and velocity are doubled? Let us calculate the percentage change in momentum now. We know that momentum is nothing but mass into velocity. So initial momentum is mv. In the problem, they ask to calculate the change in momentum when mass and velocity are doubled. So when m becomes 2m and v becomes 2v, the final momentum will becomes 2m into 2v is 4mv. We know that fractional increase in momentum is calculated by using the formula final momentum minus initial momentum divided by initial momentum. So 4mv minus mv divided by mv is equal to 3. Therefore, the percentage increase is 3 into 100 is 300%. So the correct option is D, 300%. Let us look into the next problem. The displacement time graph for two particles are shown in the figure. the ratio of velocity of A to velocity B. First, let us look into the graph, then we can compare the ratios. The graph shows the particle A is at 30-degree angle and the particle B is at 60. ST graph of two particles A and B we observed just now. Suppose the displacement time graph for two particles A and B are suggesting the inclined angles are of 30-degree and 60-degree as given in the problem. With the time axis, the ratio of velocities of A to velocity B can be calculated by using the slopes ratio. Let us first understand. We know that the velocity of the particle is nothing but rate of change of position of the particle. We know that to calculate velocity using displacement time graph, that is ST graph, we are going to use slope of the line formed is the velocity. That means slope is nothing but tan theta. So if you are taking the ratios of the particle A and B, that is velocity of A and velocity of B, or the slope of A and slope B. So if you are taking the ratios of slope A and slope B, that gives the ratios of the velocities of the particles A and B. So velocity A by velocity B is equal to tan 30-degree divided by tan 60-degree. So VA by VB is equal to 1 over root 3 into root 3. You must know the values of tan 30 and tan 60. That becomes 1 by 3. So the ratio is 1:3. Let us move on to the next problem. The velocity time graph of a body moving along a straight line is shown below. The acceleration of the body along OA, AB and BC is. Look the graph very carefully. Along x-axis time is given and along the y-axis velocity is there. So you must be able to read the graph where the particle at 2 seconds, 4 seconds, 6 seconds, 8 seconds, and then we know that acceleration is nothing but rate of change of velocity. What the velocity changes, you must note how to read the graph. You can very easily solve this problem. Acceleration between 0 to A is, it rises 5 meter in 2 seconds, 5 meter per second square. Whereas from A to B, it remains same. So the acceleration is 0. From B to C, it moved from 5 to 0. That means it is minus 5 meter per second square. Very easy problem. Let us move on to the last question. Two bodies A and B having masses 2 kg and 4 kg respectively are separated by 2 meters. Where should a body of a mass 1 kg be placed so that the gravitation force on this body due to A and B is 0? Very interesting problem. We have two bodies A and B. M1 is 2 kg, M2 is 4 kg. The distance between them is 2 meters. Let us consider the third body C. The mass is 1 kg, and at what distance from A and B we should place actually so that the gravitational force on C due to A and B must be 0. That must be F of AC must be equal to F of BC. Very simple. You can calculate FAC and FBC using the formula F is equal to G M1 M2 by D square. If you are using that formula and calculated, the distance you are getting is 0.83 meters. So the correct option is 0.83 meter. So you can understand physics. If you are good at, you can very easily score very good marks in science part. So thank you very much. We will see the other problems in the next video. Thank you.